All right. Well, this is just your weekly reminder that we post every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube for the full visuals. Go follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook at Nothing But Controversy, on Twitter at NB Controversy. Go to nothingbutcontroversy.com/blog to check out all of our blogs written by your favorite hosts, especially Shaner. He's been grinding out those blogs lately.
Yeah, Shaner's been on a grind.
Yeah. And it's time to go to our Instagram page. Click the link in our bio so you have access to all of our social media platforms. Let's go to the intro.
This is Nothing But Controversy. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Nothing But Controversy with Matt, Dawson, Cam, and Shaner.
All right, well, what's up, guys?
Hey,
And welcome to episode 44 of the Nothing But Controversy podcast. I missed you guys last week.
I haven't recorded an episode in like 3 weeks. The kid's sloppy.
It's true. Dawson's in a blender right now, and he's not even 100% either.
Nope.
But,
Hope you enjoyed your trip to Guatemala.
I did. I'm on the IR, boys.
It's all right. No, you're not on the IR. You're just like
Day to day.
you're getting limited reps today.
Yeah.
So,
Limited participant.
gotta say, you sound fucking sexy though.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We are officially 117 days away from the Super Bowl. Woo! Let's go into our schedule. We've got our question of the week, our bold prediction of the week, our game of the week. And then we're bringing back a fan favorite, NBC Awards. And then we go into top 5. And then, of course, our lock of the week in terms of betting. You guys all look fantastic. It's time for our question of the week. All right. So, question of the week this week is, besides Patrick Mahomes, who would you want to build your team around if you could choose any QB in this league? Going forward, listen, I've said it on this podcast before quite a few times. This might come as a shocker to you guys because there are quite a few talented young quarterbacks in the NFL. But my choice may have been different 3-4 weeks ago. But it's Lamar Jackson.
Really?
Listen, I know you guys are a couple of you might have different answers, and I'm fine with that. But I think it's just going to be hard to argue with what I'm about to say. Easily the most unstoppable player in the NFL.
Yep.
I don't think anyone's going to argue with me on that.
Derrick Henry is a close second, I would say.
Sure. But Derrick Henry can't throw the ball. Lamar Jackson, most unpredictable quarterback player in the NFL, has shown time and time again that he could be the guy. And with a couple of weapons, he could take a team to the playoffs and perhaps even deep into that. I don't know if you guys have seen, I mean, I know you guys have seen, but listening, I don't know if you guys have seen Lamar Jackson play in the last 3 weeks. He's playing better than he played in his MVP season. Like, he's off a bean right now. This guy's crazy. Like, Lamar Jackson, keep playing the way you're playing. You're going to win MVP again, and you're going to take that freaking Ravens team to a championship. I really think you could take them to a championship. Playing phenomenal. Lamar Jackson, I fucking love you.
Yeah, tell that to the fucking Colts team that blew a 16 fucking point lead. But that's a story for another day. My answer, Mr. Baby Yoda himself, Kyler Murray. I mean, he's leading the Arizona Cardinals to a perfect record right now. They're looking good. Obviously, we knew what Kyler could do with his feet, but I think this year, seeing how well he's dishing out the ball to so many different targets, and especially now with Zach Ertz there too, he's not just relying on D-Hop chucking it up to him. He's really spreading the ball well. And obviously what he can do with his feet is magical too. So give me Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I love that one too. I went with Kyler as well. Obviously, like it hurts because I really like guys like Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. I like what they can do, but to me, Kyler Murray is out of like four, let's say like super young talented quarterbacks right now. I think he's the best one, best like dual threat guy. He can really do it on it with his feet, and he can dot up a defense with ease. He has extreme arm talent, like serious arm talent. I find. So for that reason, Kyler's the guy. Also, is he the MVP favorite right now?
I think so, yeah.
I think so
he can
too.
be. Yeah.
Okay. That says it all.
Yeah, I had Kyler too, but just for the sake of parity, I'll go with Justin Herbert. No wrong answers here.
Jay Herbo.
No.
But yeah, look, Herbert obviously had a bad outing against that Ravens D, who looks like honestly they could carry this team for a few weeks. Lamar didn't even have a good day this past week, and they still held the Chargers to 6 points and beat them by almost 30. So that Ravens team is looking like they're starting to get going despite all those injuries. But yeah, Herbert's my guy here. He's smart. He has a cannon for an arm, obviously. And I've said it before, but I wasn't high on him coming out of college. He's completely turned that around for me. Guy can run, he can make any throw you need him to make, and he's a legitimate game changer. So I wouldn't mind starting my franchise with him.
I also had Kyler Murray, but like Cam, I'll go someone else. So I'm gonna take Josh Allen. I know you guys have heard me talk a lot about how much I love Cam Newton, and he kind of reminds me of the way Cam Newton used to play. You know, a big physical when he's running, and he could throw the ball. What aside from Mahomes, even then he might have the strongest arm in the NFL right now. So a guy who runs like a running back, who's built like a linebacker that could throw a ball 70 yards is someone I want to build my team around. I think the last 2 years he's been at the top of Buffalo's run game. So it's something that they draw plays up around him for. Obviously Diggs helped him, but him too, he's kind of spreading the ball around. You know, he got Dawson Knox involved this year a lot. Cole Beasley last night, Emmanuel Sanders. You know, he's got the weapons and he's using them all. So I think he's starting to turn the corner as being a smart quarterback. So I'm going to ride with him.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen would be my number 2 if I had to select.
You know who I'm not choosing? Tua.
Oh man,
Tua
The thing
sucks.
I will say about Josh
Yeah.
Allen is I find it crazy how like durable he is, because like if you look at some of the hits he takes, like I mean, there's obviously like the front flip trying to get the first down last night at the end of the game, but earlier in the game they drew up like a quarterback draw, and he took it like right between the guard and the center, and he got rocked by 2 D linemen, and it just like they absorb as much as he is, you know, from getting hit. Guys like Kyler, Lamar, they're getting hit by D tackles. It's not going to be pretty. They don't have the luxury of getting hit head on by those guys. Josh Allen does, which like, anyways, we'll see where like if it affects him down the road. But right now he looks pretty sturdy. I like him a lot.
all right, can't really argue with any of those answers, but let's go into our next segment. Let's go into our bold prediction of the week. Like, I know you guys like very bold predictions, so here's coming. Okay, the Habs have scored how many goals in their first 3 games?
3.
3?
Is that hard for you to count, seeing how they had 1 goal in each game?
Yes.
Forgot how fucking rude Shane is.
He's good. He's lucky. He's good looking. This is my bold prediction. Okay. By the time we film next Tuesday, the Habs will be 3-0-3. Okay.
Well, that's
Maybe 3-3-0.
Yeah.
3-3-0.
Yeah.
3-3-0. Yeah, that's what I meant.
That is
They'll win
fucking
their
bold.
3 games in a row. That's my bold prediction.
They're playing San Jose tonight.
The Carolina.
They're in California, I think. So
No, they play
it's
Carolina.
That's next week, yeah.
No, they're playing Carolina.
Play Carolina Thursday.
And then the Red
and then
Wings.
Detroit Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but it's bold, considering
All
that
right.
they scored 3 goals in 3
Hoffman's
games.
back.
Yeah.
True.
Excited to see that tonight.
Is it my turn?
It is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the NBA is back.
Yes, sir.
Woo! I'm going very bold. Very bold. Toronto Raptors had the 3rd overall pick this year.
4.
4th. Did they have 4?
Mhm.
4th. And they selected Mr. Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is going to have a triple-double in his NBA debut.
Oh,
I
man.
love it. I love
Scotty
it.
Barnes
Oh,
is going to
man.
have 10, 10, and 10 in his NBA debut.
The third 10 is going to be blocks.
Probably.
Love that one. He was my bold prediction a couple weeks ago for Rookie of the Year. So I like that. I like that start to the season. Anyways, I don't really know how bold this one is, but I'm just gonna go Thursday night. I think the Denver Broncos have a legit shot at covering the spread here. It's only at plus 3.5, but I like them against this bruised up Browns team. I don't know how they're gonna hold up, so I'm going with the Broncos to cover the spread here.
Okay, like we said before, the Habs are playing Carolina on Thursday. Just out of pure spite for the
Oh,
pettiness
man.
of the Hurricanes in the offseason.
KK gets injured.
I won't go that far because I do still like the guy, but Carolina's going to get shut out. And the Habs
Okay.
will win by 3 goals. It'll be 3-0. I'm predicting the final score. So go ahead and lay that bet if you could find it. Enjoy your
Possible, I
winnings.
think.
All right. We missed last week, obviously. So I'm going to bring 2 bold predictions this week.
Ooh.
As
You.
Matt talked about before, the Habs cannot seem to score goals in the first 3 games. But that doesn't matter. Throughout this season, the Montreal Canadiens will have 3 guys get 70-plus points. And one of them will be a point-per-game player. And I will give you the 3 guys. Christian Dvorak, Nick Suzuki, and my boy Jonathan Drouin are the 3 that will have 70-plus point seasons. This would be the first time since Domi did it a few years ago, and just the second time since 2009 that Montreal has a 70-point scorer, which is
That's
brutal.
insane. What the fuck?
Yeah. Number 2, for those who watch a lot of hockey, Vitaly Kravtsov has asked for a trade from New York, from the Rangers. And Chicago wants to trade Dylan Strome. Those 2 players will be swapped. Obviously, there could be more in the deal. But Strome will go meet his brother in New York, and Kravtsov will go to Chicago.
Okay, counter second bold prediction.
What?
Dylan Strom's coming to Montreal.
Oh, man. I don't know about that.
Montreal has the pieces to make it happen.
I mean, I don't think it would require a lot of pieces, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he's
Well,
like
they
the
have a piece.
14th forward on their depth chart right now, which is crazy because he was like their number 2 center last year.
That's nuts.
The Habs could use a young center with offensive
Yeah.
upside, is my 2 cents. But
Adam Brooks tonight, boys.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, go check out Shayner's new blog about 32 under the radar NHL players. Each team gets 1 under the radar player. Shayner chose them, selected them very carefully, and grinded out a nice article. Wrote a little something about all of them. I encourage you to go check it out. And now I encourage you to come check out this game of the week. We try to choose what we think either has like the most playoff implications or just might end up being the game of the week. This week we chose a divisional matchup. Cincinnati Bengals are in Baltimore visiting the Ravens. I believe the Ravens are currently favored by 6.5, which might come as a surprise. Might not, but the Bengals have been doing well. Listen, the Bengals are surprising a lot of people. My score is 31-24 Baltimore. So I have Baltimore covering by a half point. My X factor, like, I'm not going to say Lamar Jackson because that's not an X factor anymore. But my X factor this week is the Lamar Jackson to Mark Andrews connection. I find when Mark Andrews is on his game, Lamar Jackson, like, it opens up so many more like targets for like, and like not targets, but like so many more things for Lamar Jackson. It just makes him play so much better Like, especially, I think it was 2 weeks ago when Mark Andrews had that massive game. Like, that was the game that Lamar
Yeah, it
had.
was against the fucking Colts.
That's when Lamar had 442, right? 442 through the air.
I don't know, bro.
Anyways, yeah. I think Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews is gonna get at least a tutty. He's gonna get over. He's gonna hit his over receptions prop, his receiving yards prop. Lamar to Mark Andrews. That's gonna be a big factor in that game.
Well, I also have the Ravens. I have the Ravens in less of a close game, 33-20. I think the Bengals are good. BR Gridiron, who I fucking hate, has them ranked at 10 right now. Don't think they're at 10. Do not think they're a top 10 team in the NFL. So I have, like I said, the Ravens 33-20. If the Cincinnati Bengals want to stay in this game, my X factor is going to be Joe Burrow, and more importantly, how he can connect with his boy, Jamar Chase, who has quickly become, I think you could say, wide receiver one in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that connection we'll call my X factor of the week.
Love it.
I'm also going to keep
yeah.
my answers very short because I feel like I'm going to die right now. I'm very sick.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Ravens here as well. My prediction is 31-17. I'm rolling for my X factor. I'm going with the Ravens passing game. Like, if Lamar can get that going with the likes of like Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews, as you said, very similar X factor to Matt here. I think this game can result in a blowout. And I think the Ravens are also the best team, really, that the Bengals have faced all year. And I'm not a firm believer in how well I guess the Cincinnati Bengals have started their year. I don't think they've really had any big wins except for maybe against the Vikings, that you could say. They also did beat the Steelers divisional matchup, but I don't know. I'm not a firm believer in that top 10 power ranking that BR Gridiron put out as well. I don't think they're that good. So Ravens 31-17.
Yeah, I have a close one this week. Maybe I'm just like a Cincinnati believer, but I have the Ravens winning 30-28. The Bengals are scoring points. Like, they haven't played any crazy defenses, but they lost a close one to the Packers. Like, that was a wild game. A bunch of missed field goals in the last 5 minutes of the game. But we've heard, like, I don't know about you guys, but I watched a lot of Ravens games this year because they've been on primetime almost every week. But we keep hearing the announcers say, like, this is the year for Patrick Queen to take that next step and be the backer that the Ravens drafted him to be and all that. And we liked him in college. Obviously, he's a pretty good linebacker in the NFL right now. I do agree, though, he does need to take that next step. He needs to be that guy on the defense. It can't be Chuck Taylor and the other safeties. Jesus, I just lost myself right there. Joe Mixon been balling out. He's catching the ball in the backfield. He's getting good rushing yards. He did get hurt, but he looked real healthy on the weekend. So that's my X factor this week is the Baltimore front seven and specifically Patrick Queen, how well they can contain Joe Mixon. Because if like we could say Lamar Jackson and the Bengals and the Ravens offense, but at the end of the day, like if you contain Lamar, he's going to throw all over you. If you try to blitz him and stuff and he escapes, he'll run all over you. So no matter what, the Bengals are going to score. I think Cincinnati needs to score to keep this game close. So I got Joe Mixon against those Ravens backers.
I'm going Ravens also. Not super close, but 35-26. You know, it's still a 9-point game. I think it'll be closer than the score says, though. I think it could be, maybe down the stretch, Bengals miss a 2-point conversion or something like that. But my X factor is the rookie receiver, Rashad Bateman. He came back last week. He put up 4 catches for 29 yards in his first game in the NFL. But the thing is, the Bengals' run defense is ranked the 8th best in the NFL right now. So obviously they're doing something right. They're going to try and contain Lamar Jackson, make him throw the ball. They've seen him, 6 times in his career or whatever, however many times they've seen him. So they know what it's like to have to force Lamar Jackson to throw the ball. So they're going to rely on that. Their pass game is the 13th, though. So if Bateman can get open, I think they'll kind of focus more on Hollywood Brown because that's who they've seen more often. They haven't really seen Bateman. And one game isn't enough film to be able to figure someone out. So if Bateman can get open, I think Lamar will be looking to him a lot. And I expect him to outperform Jamar Chase in a rookie receiver battle.
Damn,
I like that.
that is bold.
All right. All right. Let's go into our next segment, a segment we have not done in a while, a segment we do at the start of every season. We're going to call it NBC Awards. This week we're doing NHL awards since the NHL season has just started. We're going to start with the Calder, then the Jack Adams, then the Selke, the Norris, the Vezina, the Art Ross, Rocket, Hart, and we're going to predict our Stanley Cup finals with the Conn Smythe.
Woo!
First we're going to start with the Calder. Easy choice for me, Cole Caulfield, Montreal Canadiens fan, right here. As a Montreal Canadiens, so as a Montreal Canadiens fan, I say maybe the best scorer I've ever seen play on the Habs would be like Max Pacioretty. Cole Caulfield is like the first guy I think I've ever seen where it's like every time the puck is on his stick, it's like, okay, what's he gonna do with it? Like he's so exciting to watch. His stick is so light, like, and he just snipes. Like, how can you not love that? Cole Caulfield. Hope he gets over 25 goals. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I had another guy. His name is Goal Caulfield. His twin brother.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's my pick for the Calder.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a homer like the boys here and say Cole, but I think it could really be a handful of guys like Ziegler, Sider, even Drysdale. I think a bunch of these guys are going to be in the mix because there's no clear guy, I don't think, this year for me. So, but obviously Cole's a guy I'd like to see win it the most. So I went with him.
Yeah, I would love to see Cole Caulfield win. I'm going to go a little bit off the board here. Team I'm high on again this year. Team that's going to go far, so maybe this guy will get some exposure. And I think he had a goal in game one. That's Bowen Byram with the Colorado Avalanche. Little bit of definitely an off the board pick, but I like his upside. So
definitely a stretch, but yeah.
But he's on a good team. They'll get a lot of exposure, so we'll see.
I don't think this is going to come as a surprise to many of you who I'm going with here. I've talked about him a lot. Trevor Zegras. I know through 3 games right now he has 0 points, but he's that number 1 center in Anaheim. Once that offense gets going, he's going to be the leader. I wouldn't be surprised if he leads the team in points. And I understand Caulfield's the favorite right now, but to me, Caulfield's just in a better situation. Zegras is a better hockey player than Cole Caulfield is. It's just he's in a terrible situation in Anaheim right now. But they drafted well. They got Zegras and McTavish playing the top 2 center roles. So those two are going to flourish together, and I think Zegras comes out on top for the Calder.
All right, let's go into Jack Adams, and that's for Coach of the Year. I'm going with the same pick I had last year. Maybe it's a dumb pick to pick the coach that's on a very good team, but Jared Bednar, coach for the Colorado Avalanche. I think they're going to win the President's Trophy again, and I think a guy who's in the running for the President's Trophy is always going to be in the running for the Jack Adams Award.
I have Florida Panthers head coach Joel Quenneville. That's my pick.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say.
I also have Joel Quenneville. I think the Panthers, if they can build off the momentum they created last year, which they're off to a hot start already. Ekblad's healthy. I don't know. I think they could do big things this year.
Yeah, I was going to say he was pretty close to winning it last year. So, yeah, I like that pick from the boys. But another team I'm high on, the Islanders. Think they'll make another deep run this year. So I have Barry Trotz winning the Jack Adams.
Last year I kind of went off the board and it almost worked for me to finish as a finalist. So I'm going to go off the board again. I'm going to go to Vancouver. I'm going to take Travis Green. I'm expecting a lot of high things out of Vancouver. That's a deep team. Obviously their decor isn't great, but I think Thatcher Demko is going to steal the show out there and they're going to score a lot of goals. So I think they'll finish high in the standings. And Travis Green gets my Jack Adams vote.
Maybe the ugliest coach in the league.
That counts for something, though. It has to.
Okay, so next we're going to go into the Selke Award, which is for top defensive forward. My pick is Ryan O'Reilly, simply because he's just disgusting. And I picked Patrice Bergeron last year. I pretty much could pick him every year, and he'd be in the running. But I figured I'd just change it up this year. Ryan O'Reilly.
I got Montreal Canadiens alumni, Phil Deneau.
Oh, yeah.
You're sick.
Oh, yeah.
You're
My
absolutely-
boy.
You're rocked.
Oh, yeah.
You're rocked.
You didn't hear he's a goal scorer.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Guy scored in his first game.
Oh.
Deneau wouldn't even be the first choice on his team to win the Selkie.
Hey man. I don't know.
Anyways, I think we saw the beginning of a streak here last year. I think Barkov's going to win the Selkie back-to-back and be a big contributor to the Panthers' success.
Yeah, I don't even hate that. But speaking of last year, I'm going to give it to a guy who definitely should have won it last year, in my opinion, and that's Mark Stone.
Thank
Not that
you.
Barkov was undeserving, but it is what it is. But I like Mark Stone. I still like Vegas. So
Listen, this award's stupid. I complained about it all last year. It's not going to go to a wing. So I went with a center this year. I went with Barkov back-to-back also.
yeah,
Right. Next, we go into our Norris predictions for top defenseman. I'm simply picking this defenseman because he's the best defenseman in the NHL, Victor Hedman. Kind of hard to argue with that.
I have
Easy pick. I know it's boring, but it's easy.
a young gun here, and it's not Cale Makar. Mr. Adam Fox out in New York.
back to back.
Yeesh.
Could do it though. The Rangers look really good.
He's disgusting.
I'm going Cale Makar. I feel like he's been part of the conversation like every year for the last couple seasons here. Like come up short, so I think he's gonna finally win it this year. Love that card.
Ooh.
Austin came prepared.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm going like a little bit too far off the board with these, but like I did it last year.
I
I
respect
honestly have fun with these. So, guy who just got paid. I think I don't know about Dallas, but I'm going with Miro Heiskanen here. I love that guy so much.
Love it.
Huge contract.
Yeah.
So fun to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got my vote.
I'm also going off the board here. Another guy who just got paid. I'm going to Boston, Charlie McAvoy. This guy's one of the most underrated defensemen. He deserved every penny of that contract. Some people are not very happy with that contract, but he deserved it in my eyes. To me, right now, he's the second best defenseman in the NHL, and he's going to prove that he belongs in the top 3 this year.
All right. We're going to go with the Vezina now. And here I'm going to go kind of off the board. Unfortunately, it's to the Toronto Maple Leafs, but Jack Campbell is my pick for the Vezina. I think ever since he got to the NHL, he's just been freaking absolutely phenomenal. And, I mean, he's played a few games.
Pretty bad in LA, but yeah.
Okay, whatever. But ever since he got to Toronto, he's been fantastic. And doesn't seem to be slowing down. So, Jack Campbell, Vezina Trophy winner.
Although his team got swept by your favorite Montreal Canadiens, I have Connor Hellebuck winning the Vezina.
I also have Connor Hellebuck. I just love him. I think he's so good. And it would be nice for him to win that Vezina this year, and for the Jets. But they're off to a poor start, similar to the Habs.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad I'm finally in line with you guys now. I went with Hellebuck also. I think he had a tough regular season last year. Had a good first round in the playoffs, but obviously we know what happens when happened when they played the Habs. But I'm going with Hellebuck this year. I think he bounces back after a bit of a underwhelming year last year.
Yeah.
I'm going with a guy who was on a shitty team a couple years ago and was still in the conversation. Now he's on a great team. I'm going to take Darcy Kemper to go on the team that you guys think is probably going to win the President's Trophy. I think he's going to be a main focus in the NHL this year and a big name that people should be watching.
All right, next up, we're going to go into maybe the easiest one to predict, the Art Ross. I mean, maybe you guys have a different name, but there's no way I'm going to bet against anyone but Connor McDavid. One thing I got to say about this guy, without a doubt, now, like, he's the best hockey player I've ever seen play in my life. I'm sorry, Sidney Crosby. I'm sorry, Alex Ovechkin. I've never seen anyone as dominant, as electric as Connor McDavid. You just watch him play, and every time he touches there's no one in the NHL who touches the puck and just can skate around anyone and score at any time. It's ridiculous how good he is.
Well, count me in for that, Connor McDavid.
Yes, sir, Mr. Connor McDavid. It's my choice as well.
Yeah, I went off the board again. I'm sorry to keep it entertaining, but I went with Artemi Panarin. I think I had him last year too.
That was coming.
Hey, you know what? Last picking it up now, and obviously they lost Buchnevich, but I still like his chances. Can't go against that kid.
Look, to me, there was only one guy that would have competed with Connor McDavid, and it's Nikita Kucherov. And Tampa's pulling their bullshit again of putting him out, making him injured so they could win another Stanley
Fucking
Cup.
cheaters.
So he's out for a while. So McDavid's going to run away with it, I think. So Cam's lone wolfing.
What's his over prop right now for points? Is it 128 or something, or one?
I think it was 128.5 at the beginning of the year.
And I think he's gonna go over. But anyways,
A lot of people think he's going to hit 150.
that's
I-
not. I honestly would not.
wouldn't be
I
surprised if he did.
wouldn't be surprised either. Next, we're gonna go to the Rocket Richard Trophy for most goals.
Tyler Bertuzzi.
Yeah. No, Kopitar has my vote.
Oh, facts.
My vote is going to Boston. I'm gonna go with David Pastrnak. Love that guy. Very good.
I was just about to say one of my favorite players in the NHL, David Pastrnak. I think he'll hit 50.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I was gonna go with Pasternak here, but I'm gonna go with Ovi. I think he's gonna break that record sooner
He's
than
running for
we
that
think
record.
he is. Yeah, he's horny for goals this year.
Listen, you guys know how much I love Pasternak, despite him being a Boston Bruin. So yeah, had to go with my guy.
Surprised no one went Matthews, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't even go Matthews. I went, surprisingly, with Connor McDavid's teammate, Leon Draisaitl. He's always in the top 5 in goal scoring. And when you got McDavid, it's a lot easier to score goals. So
It could literally even be McDavid. Like,
it could. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
literally
has
could.
second or third best odds to win it.
It literally could.
could be
Next we'll
McDavid.
go with. What'd you say?
I said, speaking of could be McDavid.
Yeah. We're gonna go into the Hart Trophy for the MVP. I really hope the NHL don't pull a page out of the NBA book and just stop giving the best player the MVP, because they're bored of it. But the best player is Connor McDavid without a doubt, and if he gets 150 points, I mean, like we say he might. I mean, there's no way you're not going to give it to him. So Connor McDavid is going to be your most valuable player for a third time, second time, fourth time, third time. I don't know.
I don't know. Count me in, though.
McDavid's gonna be the guy. If he's dropping 150, the Oilers are gonna be in the playoffs, I think, and he's gonna be the one who led them there. So easy answer.
I'm going with Nate McKinnon here. I think he's like I don't know. He's so pissed off about last year. He saw it. He saw the stories that came out. I think he's on a little vengeance tour. I don't know. I gotta give it to Nate Mac here.
I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going way off board here. Another guy who just got paid. I'm very high on this team this year, as I said before, but I'm going Elias Pettersson to win the Hart. I know it's crazy. It's completely off the board, but like I said, I'm very high. They're going to score a lot of goals out
Very
there.
high.
No, I'm very high on Vancouver. But I think Elias Pettersson has a chance. It could be like one of those Taylor Hall years where it's like he just wasn't supposed to be there, so they gave it to him. So I'm going with him.
All right.
Like it.
Those are NBC awards. Now we're going to go into our Stanley Cup final predictions. Okay. So we're going to go with the one team from each conference, the score, not the score, but like the series and the Conn Smythe winner. So I see Colorado winning the President's Trophy. I see them winning I think it's called the Campbell Trophy for winning the West. Maybe that's the East, but
No, the West is Campbell.
Campbell, yeah. And I see them winning the Stanley Cup. 4-2. So in Game 6, they're going to win the Stanley Cup. Nathan McKinnon is going to win the Conn Smythe by scoring the GWG in Game 6 in overtime against the New York Islanders. I see the New York Islanders finally getting over the hump and finally getting to the Stanley Cup. They've been pretty good the past couple of years. They just seem to be getting better. I see them getting there this year, but coming up just short against a better Colorado team.
I also have Colorado coming out of the West. They'll be playing. I said I was high on this guy before. My pick for the Jack Adams, Joel Quenneville. I have them playing the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup final. I have Colorado winning 4-2, and I have Mr. Nathan McKinnon as your Conn Smythe winner.
Yeah, believe it or not, I have the same matchup here. I'm really high on Florida this year, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I think they'll win the Stanley Cup here. Barkov will win the Conn Smythe. I think. I don't know. I really like how this team is built this year and what they can do. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it's that crazy though to say because like Florida, other than the Islanders, Florida gave Tampa the best run in the playoffs. Like Florida put up like 5 or 6 goals. Like I don't know. Florida looked pretty good. I mean, if Ekblad can stay healthy all year, like
That's the thing. Yeah.
I also have the Avs and Islanders. I said Trotz is gonna win the Jack Adams, so it's got to happen. Conn Smythe, though, is going to go to Darcy Kemper. The Islanders play a shutdown game. We know that. They like to play low-scoring games. That's their style. So if Darcy Kemper's given up a goal a game or less in the Stanley Cup final, got to give it to him.
Look, we've seen it many times before. Goaltending wins Stanley Cups. I'm on with 2 teams that have very good goaltending. And the Cup's coming back to Canada. Okay, I have the Islanders and the Jets. The Islanders might have the best goalie tandem in the NHL right now with Varlamov and Sorokin. And then maybe the second best goalie in the NHL in Connor Hellebuck in Winnipeg. It's going to be obviously a low-scoring series, but I have the Jets in 6, going with Conn Smythe going to Hellebuck. The Jets, to me, have the best tops in the NHL. They're going to score. They're going to find the way to – they might even win that division, to be honest, and then cruise all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. So Jets in 6. Cup finally comes back to Canada.
Love that
love
one. Yeah.
All right. Well, those were our NBC awards. Now we're going to head into everyone's favorite segment, Top 5. All right. So this time, since the NHL has just started, we're going to go into our top 5 players we are most excited to watch in 2021-2022. Number 5, I have Trevor Zegras. My goodness, was that guy electrifying to watch at the World Juniors. I mean, it sucked when they dominated us, Team Canada, but he was just phenomenal to watch. Number 4, Cale Makar. Fantastic player to watch. Unbelievable with the puck. Great offensive skill. Number 3, Cole Caulfield. Love watching this guy play. Like I said before, every time the puck's on his stick, it's must-watch hockey. And then these next 2, I mean, maybe you're going to call me boring, but number 2 is Nathan McKinnon. Number 1, Connor McDavid. Listen, every time I see Connor McDavid play, it's a spectacle. Like I said before, I've never seen anything like it. Connor McDavid is easily the best player in the NHL, best player I've ever seen. So why am I not excited to watch him? Number 1, Connor McDavid might end up being the GOAT. Is that crazy?
I have a similar list. At number 5, I got this boy right here, Cale Makar, my favorite defenseman in the NHL. Yeah, I think he's going to have an unreal year. Number 4, I like goals. David Pastrnak, my Rocket Richard winner. Love watching him play. Great guy, funny guy. Number 3, like Matt said, you have to have him on this list. It's the best player in the NHL. It's Connor McDavid. And then 2 and 1 are some hometown bias. Number 2, I cannot wait to see Nick Suzuki score 70-plus points this year. And then at number 1, Cole Caulfield, who I cannot wait to see score 30+ this year. Goals, not points.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm excited to see all those guys. Habs have let us down a little bit in the first 3 games here. Don't think we'll be a playoff team this year. I could be wrong, but no, I'm excited to see all those boys play.
Yes, sir. I love that one. I went a little off the board here. Took some guys that I just like for I don't know why, but I just want to give a quick honorable mention to Mike Hoffman. Oh, I can't wait to watch him play, see what he can do with the Habs here. But number 5, I'm starting with the guy I mentioned it real quick, Mo Seider from the Red Wings, big German defenseman. You know, moves really well, has legit puck moving and shooting abilities. I love him. I'm excited to see what he does rookie year. Number 4, Cale Makar. Again, he was my Norris pick. I'm excited to see what he can do. I just realized now 4 of my 5 are defensemen, which is a little weird. Number 3, I got Alex Romanov. I just want to see if he can take that next step and build off his rookie campaign. And I'd like to see him contribute more on the stat sheet. So I'm excited to see what happens this year. Number 2, I think he's my favorite D-man in the NHL, Miro Heiskanen. He's been solid his first 3 years for Dallas. And again, he just got that big deal. So he's there. He's locked up. So he's got nothing to worry about and just play some good free hockey. Number 1, I have a bit of a tandem here. Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki. Obviously, you know, I watch these guys play like every other night. So I'm excited to see what they can do this year. And hopefully, as the boys mentioned earlier, they have some big seasons.
Yeah, I'm with you guys here. F5, Cale Makar. He's going to keep building on it. I don't know how much better the kid can get, but it's inevitable. So let's just sit back and enjoy the show. F4, McDavid. Obviously, it would be higher along with Nate McKinnon, but it's just like, yes, I'm excited, but it's kind of a given that they're going to put on a show every night. So just enjoy it. At number 3, I also have Heiskanen. I honestly love that guy. Like, I don't know where Dallas is going to fit in this year. I think they're like a fringe playoff team, but we'll see about that. At number 2, another guy who just got paid, Quinn Hughes. I'm so high on that guy. I really hope Vancouver.
You know who's not?
Huh?
You know who's not?
Never said I did not like Quinn Hughes. Okay. Never said. I just said he wasn't good defensively.
Yeah, no, this is fair enough. I'm not excited to watch him shut down guys. I'm excited.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. But
Kane, why do you hate him so much?
I don't.
I'm joking.
Oh, I don't like this anymore. Vancouver can return to their 2019 form. Like, just have a good year. Build off what you got, what they have. Everyone's paid now. They don't have much to worry about. So just get it done. And at number 1, Cole Caulfield. Like, this kid is electric. It's time for him to be the next Habs superstar. So hoping he takes that next stride this year.
I kind of have a little shocker at 5. Jacob Chikrin in Arizona. He's a Canadian defenseman. OEL's gone now. This is Jacob Chikrin's team. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the next captain in Arizona. This is his team. No one's talking about this guy for Team Canada. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to guarantee you that he will be on Team Canada.
I was just going to say that. Like,
in the 2022 Olympics.
Yeah.
He is that good. And just because he plays in Arizona, nobody talks about him. He honestly might be my favorite defenseman in the NHL right now. Number 4, I went Alexis Lafreniere. Let's be honest, last season, his rookie year was disappointing. Everybody expected him to come out on a good team in New York and run away with the Calder, and I don't even think he got votes. He was very disappointing. This year, he started off slow with 1 goal in 4 games. But he's going to get it going. He's going to play with Panarin more. That power play is going to get going. I'm excited to watch him grow as an NHL player.
Dude, I think he looks good, man. From what I've seen, he looks good. He looks a lot better than he did last year, in my opinion.
Number 3, he's back, and you knew he was coming on this list. Jonathan Drouin. Guys, leading the Habs in goals right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's about to score 80. He's about to break Gretzky's record in 1 season. Drouin, I've always loved him. You all know that. So I'm very excited to have him back on the Habs and see how he does this year. Number 2, had him for Mike Calder, Trevor Zegras. What he could do in Anaheim this year is going to set a precedent for drafting centers early in the NHL, especially if him and McTavish go crazy. Number 1, as it should be on all Habs lists, Cole Caulfield. The best goal scorer we've seen in our lifetime in Montreal. Maybe the best player we've seen in Montreal in our lifetime, and the person that had the most hype around him. So Cole Caulfield, if he could, everybody wants him to get 35, 40 goals this year. Even if he gets 25, that's still a successful season for me.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that was top 5 most excited to watch players in the NHL. I was going to say NFL. Nope, not the NFL, NHL. And now we're going to head into our last segment of the day, our lock of the week in terms of betting.
Woo!
All right, so before we start here, I just wanted to since we're talking about betting, I just want to show you guys something that BR Betting just posted. They posted a couple hours ago, but they said, all right, here's your strangest bet heading into the NBA season. A bettor put $50 on the New York Knicks to beat the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals, and that bet would win $500,000.
You know what else? You know how much shit you could do with $50 that this guy just threw away?
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
if he's like rich, I don't think he cares. Like $50 is like a penny.
You don't get rich betting on the Houston Rockets to make the fucking.
Hey, you never know. Jalen Green could go crazy.
Okay. So before I get into mine, I just want to say, if you guys haven't followed us on Instagram yet, do that, because we post a lot of quality content, especially on Thursdays. Thursday Night Football is a big nothing but controversy event. Since four of the 5 of us live about 10-second walk from each other, so we always watch that game together. We have a couple beers and order some Domino's, watch the game. And this Thursday, our 5th member, Dawson Spooner, who lives about 2 hours away from where we currently are, has agreed to take his brand new Tesla all the way to Lennoxville.
Now you have to show up.
Oh, yeah.
To watch Thursday Night Football between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. So, as a little, not thank you, but as a little thing to add, I was thinking we could all come up with one bet to all go in. I mean, I'm still going to have my own lock of the week, but one bet that we could all go in for Thursday so we could all get hyped when it happens. And maybe even, have a beer or, chug a
Broncos
beer.
plus 3.5.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to go with that one, but
Cortland Sutton, anytime touchdown score.
I'm down.
Be
down.
nice.
I'm gonna go over 42.5 for this one though.
Over 42.5?
Too easy to me.
I like that.
Yeah.
The Broncos are putting up points. Cleveland's defense a bit banged up. I don't know.
All right, so the boys are betting the over.
I'm down.
Over 42.5.
It's kind of
for
low.
that.
I could see that line moving up to 44.5 probably by Thursday.
All right, we'll lock it in now. 42.5.
I will lock it in.
Ride with the squad. Lock of the week in terms of betting. I'm going back to the mystery board here. And Dawson, you helped me out last time. Thank you for that. We're gonna move on. And LBS, give me a letter, A, B, or C.
Let's go with B.
B. Anytime touchdown score will be Monday night, Mr. Alvin Kamara. Lock it in.
I like it. My lock of the week. Heading to the court, the hardwood. Toronto Raptors, currently favored by 2.5, I think, over the Washington Wizards. Take the Raptors money line tomorrow. Raptors season opener, Wednesday. Lock her in.
Love it. Well, I'm going with another over here. Both these teams have JV defenses playing against varsity offenses. I'm taking the over 56.5 in the Chiefs-Titans game. I think it's a lock, even though that point spread or that point total is high.
Yeah, no, that's a lock if I've ever heard one. Shaner, I'm sorry to do this to you, but we have Carolina playing the Giants on Sunday. Listen, I'm not going to take Carolina money line because that's just too easy. I will take the -3 though. Look, I know the receivers they don't know what happened to those guys on Sunday, but there's just the Giants are banged up like crazy right now. There's too much going on in that organization. Panthers are without CMC, but Matt Rule just said they gotta start running the ball more and be a running team. So look for Chuba and Royce Freeman to be involved, and then you start spreading the ball out to DJ and Robbie, and watch out. I think it's off to the races. I think it might be ugly there. I hope for your sake I'm wrong, Shane, but I don't see it going too well for the G-men.
That was a shot straight to the heart. And since I'm a nice host who loves my other hosts, I'm going to go with the Colts money line on Sunday Night Football. Look, they've won 2 of their last 3. Should have won 3 of their last 3. Carson Wentz is looking good, boys.
Highest rated offensive player over the weekend.
Carson's balling out. The Niners are whatever. So I'm taking the Colts to get going. Get on a roll here. Colts money line. And Cam,
TY's back.
fuck you.
EY's back, baby.
Fuck you. All right. Well, guess what? That does it.
Woo!
For episode 44 of the Nothing But Controversy podcast. Thanks for sticking around. Go do yourself a favor. Go to @NothingButControversy on Instagram. On YouTube, search up our Nothing But Controversy and check out our brand new. We actually released 2 interviews. We felt bad for not releasing an episode, so we decided to release a great interview with Kyrie Hebert, ex-Alouettes, and Ashton Miller-Melanson, who is the top recruit in Canada. The guy with the most offers.
Nasty.
Absolutely lighting it up in youth sports right now. Good friend of the show as well. But yeah, like this, subscribe to our page, and Shaner will give you a wet kiss. It's gonna be nice and juicy.
A lot of
Stop voting for pineapple pizza.